has been made after the shooting deaths of a woman and a man this summer in Frederick County, Maryland.
Investigators say the four kids hid for hours after the shooting until they felt safe enough to come out and call 911. Now, the sheriff's office says they still do not know the exact motive behind the killings, but that they believe it was a crime of rage and that Turner allegedly fired more than 40 shots.
She was just a role model, not just for her children, but for me too. I looked up to her a lot. She was always dancing and smiling and laughing, and she deserved everything good.
I want to extend my condolences to the family and the friends of Cramia Baker and Sean Lang. This was a devastating loss to the family and to the community, a crime of rage and anger that shocked Frederick County to the core.
Authorities in Frederick County announced an arrest in a double homicide in New Market, Maryland. 33-year-old David Philip Turner has been charged with the murders of 33-year-old Cramia Baker and 34-year-old Sean Lang, whose bodies were found inside their home on Mandalone Court on August 25th. Turner, Cramia's ex-husband, was apprehended over the weekend in Florida. He's accused of driving from Miami, entering Cramia's home, and firing 42 rounds into the upstairs bedroom between 1 and 1:30 a.m. Turner had initially provided a false alibi to police. Cramia's 4 children, who were present during the shooting but unharmed, include 3 fathered by Turner and 1 by Lang. The family is now handling custody arrangements and focusing on supporting the children through this difficult time. Turner's arrest in South Florida followed a search warrant for his vehicle and apartment, as investigators worked for over a month to solve the case. Sheriff Jenkins emphasized the priority given to this investigation, noting that the murders were targeted and domestic related. Turner is currently in the Broward County Jail, awaiting an extradition hearing, with his transfer to Maryland expected in the coming weeks.
Say an enraged ex drove more than 1,000 miles from Miami Beach to Maryland to kill his ex and her current boyfriend, and police found evidence inside of this apartment that led to his arrest. A mother of 4 and her boyfriend were brutally murdered in their own bed. Investigators say Cramia Baker and Sean Lang were shot multiple times by Baker's ex-husband, 33-year-old David Turner. Police believe Turner broke into their New Market, Maryland home and shot off at least 42 shots.
We believe that Turner entered the residence through a back door sometime after 1 a.m. before 1:25 and murdered her and Mr. Lang in the bedroom, firing more than 42 rounds.
Inside at the time were Baker's children, who were not hurt during the shooting but hid for hours before calling police.
I've never seen anything to this degree. Really, it was unbelievable.
Sheriff Chuck Jenkins of the Frederick County Sheriff's Office says Turner drove from Miami Beach to Maryland to kill the couple. It would be weeks before the FBI and Miami Beach and Fort Lauderdale police would cuff Turner following search warrants on his car and Miami Beach apartment and an alibi that didn't match up. This is video of SWAT going into the Miami Beach building off West Avenue. That is where police say they found evidence to get that arrest warrant. Investigators believe this may have been a crime of passion that was domestic related.
There's no explanation that I can think of that would have justified anything like this.
Denise, we've been covering this story since it happened last month, and we now know David Philip Turner. He was arrested on a beach in South Florida on Saturday. He's, of course, the ex-wife of Cramia Baker, one of the victims in this case. He's also the father of 3 of the 4 children who were found safe inside that home after this incident occurred. We did hear from the Frederick County Sheriff today, Chuck Jenkins. He said that this is a horrific case, something he's never seen in his career before.
This is a heinous, violent crime.
A 10-year-old said that someone came to the house yesterday.
A crime of rage and anger that shocked Frederick County to the core.
And there is blood all over the bed.
33-year-old David Philip Turner was arrested on a beach in South Florida, accused of breaking into a New Market home and killing 2 people who were asleep in their bed. Cramia Baker and Sean Lang were found dead in their bedroom on August 25th. More than 40 shots rang out around 1 in the morning, and the victims were found hours later. The suspect is Baker's ex-husband, and he shares 3 children with her. The Frederick County Sheriff's Office says the 2 didn't have any contact before this incident. 4 children were in the home, unharmed from the shooting. They hid until they felt safe to call police later that morning.
We believe that Turner entered the residence through a back door sometime after 1 a.m. before 1:25 and murdered her and Mr. Lang in the bedroom, firing more than 42 rounds into the victims.
In a prior interview with WJZ, Sheriff Chuck Jenkins said Turner provided an alibi that his investigators were looking into.
We were able to determine he was in Frederick County for a period of time around the murders. So again, not necessarily an alibi, but we locked him into a lie.
Baker was the mother of all 4 children, Lang the father of one of them. They're currently living in Maryland right now with family.
They are devastated. Their lives will never be the same, but I believe physically they're okay.
A neighbor told WJZ off camera this quiet section of Newmarket is on edge, nervous and disturbed about what took place just a few doors down. She says her 2 children have had trouble sleeping since the incident. Meanwhile, Sheriff Jenkins says he's grateful for the community's patience during this investigation.
And my men and women never let up with the assistance of the other agencies until we brought this person into custody, and we'll bring him to justice.
Following a developing story where the Frederick County Sheriff Chuck Jenkins now holding a press conference to provide details on the arrest of a suspect in the August 25th murders of Crimea Baker and Sean Lang. Let's go ahead and take a peek in.
Unfortunately, other tragic, terrible incidents, but nothing just like this. I've seen some bad things, and I hope I never see them again.
What do you tell the neighbors who, we talked to someone today who said, my kids haven't slept because there's just this fear on that quiet cul-de-sac?
So again, in the beginning, I emphasized this is a priority for us. It was 7 days a week, almost 24/7 in some periods of time. It was a priority. And my men and women never let up with the assistance of the other agencies until we brought this person into custody, and we'll bring him to justice. So again, I hope the neighborhood and community is relieved. I've tried to emphasize that. I've actually been down to Lake Linganore, talked to some of the folks, and now I think they can actually relax.
When will he be extradited?
I don't know. It'll be several weeks probably, maybe as much as a month. I'm not quite sure. There's a process there, and whether or not he fights extradition.
And will he be held at the Frederick County Jail?
Yes, he will. Yeah, he was arrested on the Frederick County warrants in Florida. 33. Right.
Assuming U.S. Marshals would assist in the extradition?
It will be our people. We'll go get him.
Are you guys going to be putting out a mugshot?
Pardon me?
Are you guys going to be putting out a mugshot?
At some point when we bring him back, yeah.